is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped. My life is a whirlwind. Is your life a whirlwind? If it's not a whirlwind, you have to have at least a component of whirlwind in your life. Do you have to sharpen your knife every hour? I just got done carving up some sacred, royal, pure venison shrapnel for my puppy dogs. Isn't life all about the dogs? Look at Happy Jackson up here. We lost Happy Jackson. And people sent us all these wonderful memorials and prayers and support and love and our shared value of our canine partners. So I shot a beautiful buck at Sunrise Acres the other day. Wait till you see Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild TV show. I just finalized some edits with Dave Watson, our co-producer. Dave Watson, been with us for like 20-some years. Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild TV on the Pursuit channel 8 times a week. So much fun. If you're not witnessing Spirit of the Wild TV on the Pursuit Network and seeing the Shemaine Queen of the Forest segments, you're not adequately stimulated. But anyhow, I got this, what is it? Cold steel. My cold steel knife. You know, on any given day, if I got stranded without food, which is impossible because I could kill something and eat it, but I have enough flesh shrapnel on my cold. You see some shrapnel there? I could probably get adequate protein to see me through a disaster. So anyhow, I sharpened my knife because my dogs love real food. So let's talk about that right now, shall we? We got so much feedback. Who doesn't like feedback? Oh, by the way, Shahu, I still got this setting. It's on. It's the audio okay? Because who doesn't like feedback? Doesn't like feedback. I get a lot of feedback. I got these people that try a Gibson Birdland through a loud amplifier. They go, what do you do about the feedback? Enjoy it. How do you stop the feedback? You shouldn't. Who doesn't like notes that ring with multiple sonic outrage? Anyhow, my dogs, they don't like that. We get a lot of feedback from the people who have chimed in on this new product. And it's all about quality of life. I'm promoting stuff that I believe in. I'm promoting MyPillow.com. Go to MyPillow.com and support Mike Lindell. This guy didn't invent the middle finger, but he turned it on fire. Defined the corruption, the criminality running amok in the U.S. government. And he's been demonized, yet he keeps going because he's an entrepreneurial warrior. Mike Lindell, we love you. Go to MyPillow.com. You want to start the day with piss and vinegar and fire and attitude and energy like I do as an old man, even though it gets tough getting out of bed in the morning. I got to stretch and do some pull-ups. I can only do one right now. I used to do 100 of them. Really, I would do 50 pull-ups. Yang, 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 back before I got married. Anyhow, the point is, you want a great night's sleep, you want a carpe diem, you want to really seize the day, MyPillow.com. Sleeping products, not just for people, but the dog beds. Just thank Mike Lindell for supporting Ted Nugent's big First Amendment mouth, representing the heart and soul of the best Americans, which are you, and driving the worst Americans crazy. I don't necessarily want to drive them crazy, but when you celebrate self-evident truth, logic, and common sense, the good people celebrate it, and the bad people get much pain and suffering. It's a bonus. So support Mike Lindell. Get the dog beds. They got these great dog beds. The dogs love the dog beds. MyPillow.com. Type in the code SPIRIT and get the best sleep of your life. The best slippers, the best bathrobe, towels, beds, pillows, sheets, pillowcases, bed toppers. I love it all. It's all good. World-class stuff. Thank you, Mike Lindell. Thank you everybody for supporting him. But also I want to promote at GetUncleTeds.com. GetUncleTeds.com. We really examine the ingredients in the dog food and the dog medicines and the dog treats out there. Chemical warfare. Most dog treats are poisonous. Would you rather get 20 years out of your dog or just 9 or 10? Because most of the stuff is crap. Like everything from the FDA and the USDA, it's all poison. Well, Kellogg's is finally going to get rid of their carcinogenic food dyes by 2027. Don't wait till 2027. Do it today. Just stop putting the poison in the kids' cereal. Well, we can always send them to Ronald McDonald Cancer House in St. Jude's and put a tube up their nose and shave their head because you people poisoned them. Well, that's outrageous to say that, Ted. It sure is. The outrage is because it's true. Thank you, Robert Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump, making America healthy again. That's controversial. Oy vey. Oh, my goodness. Numbnuts everywhere, but not in my world. So go to getuncleteds.com for the pure natural canine supplements. My dogs love them. They're treating the arthritis when they have a boo-boo, which they have all the time because there seems to be a lot of barbed wire out there. We got the natural healing goodies. Just go there. We're going to put on the screen the whole segment. GetUncleTeds.com. Is that what it is? GetUncleTeds? Yeah, GetUncleTeds.com. Good stuff. It's good enough for our dogs. Healthy, happy dogs make us happy. And when we're happy, we're healthier. Anyhow, so I've been doing all these radio interviews, and here's the beauty of Ted Nugent. One of the many lines in the schedule of Uncle Ted's Beautiful Things. Whenever somebody I'm doing an interview with goes, well, you know, Ted, not everybody agrees. Let me play devil's advocate. And I remind them, well, if you're going to contest what I just said, you would indeed be advocating the devil. Because what I said is irrefutably proven. You can't vote the mourning dove to be a songbird. It's a federal migratory game bird, number one in the world. Well, we voted it to be a song. Well, you can vote me to be a songbird if you want, but I'll never be one. Quit with that crap. Well, Ted, it's the law. It's a bad law. Well, why did you carry your gun at the Capitol? Because I can keep and bear arms. It's an individual right from God guaranteed by the Constitution. Well, but there are laws. No, the laws are bad. Well, who's going to determine that? I will. If it's the law, would you be so stupid and unethical and immoral and blindly obedient to arrest Rosa Parks? What, would you put your sheets on your head before you arrest her or after? Would you have sex with your... Well, that's the law. Bad law. Well, you can't have a salt lick on your farm. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Well, it's the law. It's a bad law. Well, who will make that decision? I will. No way in God's name. Can somebody go, Ted, you can't have a mineral lick on your farm. Oh, shut up. So I fight these people every day, and people go crazy on me. Well, you had a gun. I'm keeping and bearing arms. You know, my First Amendment isn't given to me by the government. We wrote it down to keep the government out of our lives. I get to speak my mind everywhere without paperwork. I don't need a permit or a license. Or some man to go, oh, by the way, Ted, here's your permit for your first... Shut the front door. I get to choose my religion without a permit. I get to have freedom of press without a permit. I am, by the way, Ted Nugent, journalist. It's so precious. It's like effervescent masculinity with a keypad. Anyhow, so I have a First Amendment without anyone's authorization. It's not an authorization written down. It's a decree. I have a First Amendment wherever I may roam without any paperwork. Well, show me your First Amendment paperwork. Bam, mother. Now let's go to the Second Amendment, shall we? It needs to be repeated. A big thank you to John Lott. John Lott, author of a great book. Buy this book for your friends. More guns equals less crime. Statistically irrefutable. Fewer guns encourage criminal behavior with guns. This is not an opinion, it's irrefutable evidence. John Lott, master criminologist, Crime Prevention Research Center. John Lott does the most important work in America, where when the FBI Uniform Crime Report identifies the murder rate with firearms, no, they list suicides and they list self-defense shootings. Thanks a lot, FBI. hopefully back on track with Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and President Trump, because they went down the toilet a few years ago. Lon Horiachi shooting Vicki Weaver, raiding Vicki Weaver's home, shooting Vicki Weaver and her dog and her son Sam because they alleged their shotgun barrel was 1/8 of an inch short. You scum! I know I talk about this, but don't ever forget this stuff. So I don't need paperwork or an authorization, and there's no such thing as a gun-free zone. A gun-free zone would qualify as an infringement, which is against the foundational, self-evident truth, God-given individual rights as guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution, Second Amendment. Write that down. No, well, you can defend yourself, Ted, with but not over here. No, I can defend myself over here. Well, you can't carry it at the Capitol. I can carry it at the Capitol. I can keep and bear arms wherever I may be without any permit or paperwork. And by the way, it says any rights herein not enumerated are up to the states. It's enumerated. It's not up to the states. Any law against keeping and bearing arms is an illegal law. It's an infringement. And there's a little paper that says, there's a little self-evident truth that says shall not be. Anyhow, I'm celebrating freedom every day with an A-10 Warthog that never runs out of ammo, mostly 40 millimeter cannon fodder. Mutter fodder. Anyhow, I'll be back with more truth, logic, and common sense with Piss and Vinegar on the Real America Voice Spirit Campfire.
For folks like me who don't agree and ain't ever gonna change, and it gets me thinking.